Is this thing on? Welcome back to Big Mouth and fancy seeing you here. It's official, Rotten Tomatoes, the very popular movie and TV show aggregate site, will no longer allow fans, the movie consumer, you and me, to post comments and review on their site because of the fake reviews of Captain Marvel. Now, do I approve of fans bullshitting about seeing a film and giving it fake crap reviews because they want to do the film down? They want less people to go and watch it. Of course I don't approve of it. It was stupid. But surely there was a better way than this. Think about it, everyone, right? If you can't go on a site and interact and comment and do your own reviews, what's the point? But this has been coming for a long time as we see fan reviews show something they don't want to see. So the aggregate score for The Last Jedi was a lot lower from fan reviews than it was from official critic reviews, right? So this told a story, and it's been happening more and more and more. It's happened with Doctor Who Season 11. The studios have clearly put pressure on Rotten Tomatoes to do something about this, because it's not good for business, is it? Now, we know that Warner Brothers partly own Rotten Tomatoes. The irony is, of course, when you look at the DCEU kind of review ratings, they haven't been good, have they? So you can hardly kind of accuse Warner Brothers of being dirty here. Man of Steel didn't have a great review aggregate score. Batman v Superman certainly didn't. Suicide Squad certainly didn't. And of course, Justice League. So Wonder Woman did well, of course, all around the board. So this is very interesting. Are you going to be visiting Rotten Tomatoes as much? No, because you can't interact on the site. So well done, Rotten Tomatoes. You have just killed yourselves. But I suspect you didn't have much of a choice. Studios are gangsters. And at the end of the day, Rotten Tomatoes has been very good for studios, especially certain movies, especially for Disney. You know, Rotten Tomatoes has worked out really, really well for Disney. So now they can control things a lot more with just official critics posting their reviews and the aggregate scores coming up. So what you'll get is now official sites will say, Rotten Tomatoes give Captain Marvel 100%, no interference from fans. You can't see any fans' aggregate scores from reviews. You can only see the official critic review score. Wow. Who's going to be going to use this? It'll have, the studios will say, look at our Rotten Tomatoes score. And the movie consumer will say, yeah, but we don't trust critics anymore. So I believe this is the end. And basically, yes, the idiots who posted the fake reviews for Captain Marvel have started this. I agree, to a point. I kind of agree with that. But to another point, I kind of think to myself, wow. I mean, I've never liked Rotten Tomatoes, and this kind of makes me laugh. This really does, because I just can't see you, the consumer, or me, the consumer, have it going on there. I go on Rotten Tomatoes a lot just to see the audience scores, just to see what's going on. I don't think I've ever posted a video about audience scores trying to prove a point, like a lot of YouTubers do. I don't go there. I mean, to me, what Rotten Tomatoes says isn't important to me. I've never looked at Rotten Tomatoes and said, Man of Steel low score, Batman v Superman low score, so I won't go and see the movie. Of course not. Only an idiot would do that. But there are a lot of idiots who have trusted Rotten Tomatoes scores. But without audience scores, without the consumer, you and me, being able to comment and give our feelings about these films, what is the point in Rotten Tomatoes? Rotten Tomatoes, the people who are in charge of it, it's over for you. At long last, it's over for you. You don't get to decide what's successful and what's not anymore. The decision you have made has ended your reign of terror. This, my friends, is brilliant. I just saw kind of this, what was it, Deadline Hollywood, or whatever it is anyway, saying, goodbye trolls, trolls won't be allowed to comment. Well, no one will be allowed to comment or post reviews anymore unless they're official reviews from official critics. That's no good to the consumer. The consumer doesn't care about that. Yeah, a few people will still go on there, but it won't have the footfall it's always had. You cannot be a site for all these years allowing comments and audience scores and then say, no, we don't care what you've got to say. Come and visit us. Come and read who's advertising us. Make us money, but we don't care what you've got to say. Now the studios are 100%, in charge of what you see on Rotten Tomatoes. And we, the people paying the money, don't get a right to reply. But Hollywood does. Hollywood does. That's all right. So now, goodbye Rotten Tomatoes. It's all over for you. I'm happy. I've always despised you. I hate the aggregate meter. I think it's bad. I think it's misleading. I've never liked it. It doesn't give... The only people it ever gives a chance is to Disney. And now the studios are in total control of Rotten Tomatoes, and we're not. We don't get a say. So if we don't get a say, what's the point in you, Rotten Tomatoes? There is no point in you. You have nothing else to say. You won't let us talk, because basically what you've done, you've allowed a few idiots to spoil it for the rest of us. So now you're finished. You are absolutely finished. You had a great idea. You were doing well. Fans were going on there, posting their reviews honestly and genuinely. And now you said no. Now you're trying to zip us up. But guess what? Guess what? You'll never shut us up. Because there's YouTube, there's Twitter, there's Facebook. Unless you decide that we're not allowed to comment on movies on Twitter and Facebook and YouTube. And if you decide that, then you really will be finished, studios in Hollywood. So very, very interesting development. It's a massive development. And this development has actually killed Rotten Tomatoes.